good, y'all? Welcome back. We here for VIP room, episode 7. Here with my dog family. How to bring for this episode, and then I'm here with former Alabama safety, current Giant safety right now, Xavier McKinney. Bro, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, bro. How y'all doing today, bro?
I'm cool, bro. I'm chilling, bro. I'm kind of sick that y'all beat my Tigers, the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had sent 50 to Bama. It was kind of rough, but nah, bro. How you feeling, Bama?
Bro, I'm good, even better, dog. Got a real legendary Alabama member right here, especially after the big victory over LSU, our little brother, bro. Like y'all players good every year, but it just ain't gonna be 2 years in a row, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, yeah, nobody has beaten Nick Saban since like the '80s, bro. So it's like back to back in 6 minutes. So that was a good deal for them. But now let's get to it though. So X, you was like I think you was a top 60 player in your class. It was a loaded class too. Looking back, you had like 32 5-stars in that, like Smitty, all them dudes in the 2017 class. So what was your recruiting process like, bro?
Shit, it was pretty smooth sailing for me. I actually didn't get my first offer to like I want to say going into my sophomore year in high school. I had went to a couple camps. I wasn't a big camp guy. Kind of just always would just kind of play and kind of let my play speak for itself. I had went to my first camp was actually Clemson camp. Went there, did my thing there, and then I went to a Bama camp. Probably like a little bit after that, did my thing there, and then Clemson was actually my first offer. And then once Clemson offered, they kind of just rolled through after that. So they brought me up for a visit, took the visit, and then like literally on the visit they offered me. And then as I was going back home, I probably got like 7 more offers in the car. So it went like Clemson, and then Bama offered me right after that, and then like awesome other schools. But I probably had like 13 total offers, 13 or 14. I ended up committing to Bama my sophomore year of high school, and then stayed pretty much committed to them to like my senior year. Went to the Under Armour All-American game. I decommitted before I went there, and then kind of just was trying to just reevaluate, figure out what I really wanted to do, talked it over with my family and shit. And then I ended up coming to the conclusion that, I wanted to go to Bama, and that's what ended up happening. But I was real close to going to Clemson, I can't lie. I was real close to going there, but I figured the best decision was to go to Bama. I love the environment, what they built just throughout the time that the program started. And, I thought I was going to fit well in it, and I end up doing that. So it was pretty, like I said, it was pretty smooth sailing recruiting process for me for sure.
Yeah, would you say that Clemson was the closest school to get you out most of them to go there?
Say that again.
Like, I'm saying, is Clemson the biggest, probably the only school that had the real chance of getting you?
Yeah, so Ohio State was actually my dream school, and keeping it just being transparent. I went there on a visit, and they was probably the only school that told me that I wasn't going to play my freshman year. And so, once they told me that, they pretty much told me like they had their guys, and I probably wasn't going to play my freshman year. So that kind of threw me for a loop, because obviously every other school, they're going to tell you that you're going to play your freshman year. So they was the only school that didn't tell me that. So I kind of threw them out the window after that. And then Clemson was obviously a huge contender, because I had 2 of my high school teammates that went there. And then I was real close with like their coaching staff, and I was real cool. Like they was cool with my family and stuff like that. So I would say, yeah, they was, real close to actually, getting me, but obviously that didn't happen. So.
All right, you can go ahead, Ben. You got something.
So you being from Georgia, Georgia just never recruited you?
Nah, they did. So crazy part is, so Kirby Smart, he was at Bama when they first started recruiting me, and my DB coach in high school, they're related. So it's actually because Herbie ended up, or my DB coach ended up telling come to the school and watch me work out because we had another 5-star at my high school, and so once he came, he saw me work out. He was pretty much like onto me from then, and then he ended up leaving. He left Bama and then went to Georgia and tried to recruit me to Georgia, but I was never really a fan of any Georgia teams, to be honest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
For real.
I say because I wanted to ask you, how did it feel, being just committed for Bama for a long time and knowing that you was gonna be with Nick Saban and the boys?
Nah, it was fire, bro. It was definitely an experience because like he came to my house a couple of times and met with my people. He came up to my school a couple of times. So just knowing that I was gonna have be coached by such a legendary coach. Obviously, I was excited about that, and it really don't get no better than that. And I think that was obviously my biggest reason to why I ended up going through with it and end up going there. And it was all of what I thought it was going to be. He was in, every meeting with us, as DBs. We learned from him. I learned a lot from him, as far as, just playing and not even playing, but just different things outside of life of how he, handled his business and went about, how he did things. And, it definitely, rubbed off on me from the time that, I was committed there and would go visit, and then, carried on to when I was actually there and was, pretty much with him every day. So it was definitely an experience just knowing that, he was, going to be my coach.
All right, so of course you committed there, you had there your freshman year. So I'm asking everybody, I'm asking Shep, this has been asked everybody. So if you can remember, what is the hardest workout you ever went through at Bama?
Well, hardest workout definitely had to be, we ran. Our conditioning program was crazy. It was 4 quarters, and it was. I mean, pretty much every conditioning. Every time we did conditioning, it was tough. But I would say I failed one conditioning test while I was there. And it was when I was a freshman. We did they call it curves, and it's basically like you running on the track, and it was just hell for real. But I had a lot of tough moments there as far as working out. It actually got to a point where I was like, man, I don't know if this shit for me. Like everybody that went to Bama, like everybody could tell you, they had, one of them stories where they really, they question if you really, love the game just because of how much we did outside of football, all the running that we did, all the working that we did. It was just it was a tough program to be in, but it definitely built a lot of character. It built me and shaped me to who I am today. It helped me, with a lot of things, like I said, not just on the field, but off the field. And, I got to credit them for that. I got to credit Coach Saban for that. Just kind of always, making sure that, everybody that goes there just holding themselves accountable and always working and trying to get better, man. So that could be a hard thing and a tough thing to do because it's not always easy, but, I was able to get through it. So it was good.
So you go ahead, Ben. We got some.
So I asked this, man. What made you choose number 15?
Man, 15, I had that in high school. So when I first moved over, so I went to Roswell High School. When I first moved over there, that was the number that, that I got. I stuck with it. My freshman year, I was actually 25 because Ronnie Harrison, he was 15. So then that next year, I was like, I got to go back to 15. I didn't really like 25 anyways. It was just a number that was kind of given to me because I was a freshman. But, making that switch, I actually had to meet with Coach Saban and whenever you change numbers there, you pretty much gotta grant you that, like, you gotta have earned that, like, whatever number change that you want. Yeah. And I think, well, obviously I did a good job of just gaining his trust, and he trusted me, and it was an easy switch. Obviously I was a leader on the team, so it made it a lot easier for him to make that decision, and for me to get the number.
All right, let's say for sure, for sure. I always wonder why you wore 15 because I don't I don't really see safeties wear that. But
real dogs wear 15. That's all.
Yeah, but it matches like what he like. It fits him like the 15 fit though. So I didn't really have a problem with it because some DBs wearing numbers that just don't fit them and it just be looking weird, but it actually fit them. But of course, again, talk about coming into your freshman year and stuff. How hard was your first fall camp?
Man, bro, it's hard, bro. Like I said, bro, it was so much from a standpoint of like we had so many meetings. The practices was hella hard. It was always physical. Like it would get you mentally and physically just off of how much we was doing. So my first fall camp was a tough one. I got yelled at by Coach Saban more than I ever did throughout my 3 years there. So it was definitely tough for me mentally, but it was just one of them things that I knew I had to fight through. I knew that I could fight through it and I was able to, but it was definitely, one of them things where I'm like, damn, like, shit, if this was anybody else, they might have just dropped the ball and got up out of here. So, but for me, I always knew that I was committed to Bama. I wanted to be there, and I wanted to embrace that grind and embrace the difficult times. And I was able to do that, but it was definitely a killer trying to get through all of that for sure.
Sure, go ahead, Bama.
So this coming from a deep Bama fan. So for us with the safeties, man, you get Robert Lester, Mark Barron, you get Vinny Sinceri, you get Eddie Jackson. You just said Ronnie Harrison. Is it kind of like a brotherhood? Like when you guys get ready to come in and you guys showing that y'all finna be the guys. Like for you showed that you was finna be safety one. Yeah. Is it kind of when them guys coming back for the spring game, do they come sprinkle and give you a little game of what worked for them, or this is how we was able to succeed with Coach Saban? Because one thing I bring up for me, you was like the quarterback on off after Vinny Sinceri. Mm-hmm. You was the next safety I saw that was kind of like that quarterback on defense. Yeah. Always getting everybody where they need to go, always roaming, controlling back there. That no fly zone. You see what I'm saying? You, Vinny, and Eddie. Y'all was the three main ones where I really saw y'all really patrol like that. So my question would be, did them dudes like really come back and like give you? I know you learned from the GOAT himself, Nick Saban, but sometimes I learn better from other players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this will work for me, or is it that type of brotherhood up there with that?
For sure. And I think like you said, like even when I came in, like, I played with Ronnie, played with Minka, like, I played with some dogs. So like I understood what it took. And I understood what I knew I was gonna have to do. And I think it was all about just embracing that challenge and just coming into it. Like that's how I was in high school. So like it was really no difference. It was just at a higher, at a higher level. And it was a little bit more responsibility, but I definitely embraced it. But it was definitely one of them things where, the older guys will come back and it's like, I'm learning from them. Because I still needed, I was still growing and still improving, as a player and as a person, and they was able to help me, do that. But then I also had, I wouldn't say I was doing it by myself because I had guys like Shaheem Carter, guys like that where they were older than me. And so they were still helping me out with different things too. So it's definitely a collective, brotherhood there, man, because we go through so much at that school, man. We lit, like when they say blood, sweat, and tears, bro, like definition of blood, sweat, and tears is going through, those workouts, those practices, those meetings, countless amount of meetings, hours long. Like that's the definition of it. So, those guys, the great ones that came before me, obviously came back and, was able to give me that wisdom and able to just help me grow and help me improve since I really, like, from the time that I stepped on campus, for real.
I'm on mute. Yeah, I'm tripping. So, yeah, but wanted to ask you this. So, of course, Alabama powerhouse, top 2 team damn near every year, especially when you played. So, I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite year at being at Alabama?
My favorite year being at Bama was probably I gotta say my freshman year. Either freshman year or my junior year. Freshman year, I would say that because we won the Natty, obviously. A hell of a year because it was so much stuff happening that year. Obviously, we had the quarterback change and kind of going through different things, but we were able to, overcome all of that. And then my junior year, it was just, we had so many weapons, bro. It was crazy. Like, I ain't never seen, an offense, that star-studded. What I'm saying? We had Judy, Smitty, Waddle, Ruggs. Like, we had a lot of guys, man. So it was fun. And we were all in the same class, too. And so it's like we was all balling. So it was fun. Even though, we didn't win the Natty that year, we still had a hell of a year. And I still think that from a class standpoint, man, we had one of the best classes to go through Bama. If you look at top down. So, I would say those 2 years are probably, two of the best years that I had.
All right. Speaking of that, bro, because you brought up Henry Ruggs, Judy, y'all had Najee, Tua, Mac, you had Evan Neal, you had Jedrick Willis, PS2, Trayvon Diggs. So specifically in 2019, do you think the 2019 Alabama team is the best team to not win a national championship?
I think so, bro. Like, it's crazy that we did it. Like, it really is. But I definitely think we probably are like one of the best teams to never win. And sometimes it happens like that. Like, sometimes it's what it is, and you just gotta take it for what it was. But like LSU too, like they had a squad that year. You know what I'm saying?
They did.
Gotta have them for sure. But I definitely think that that team of what we had. And at the time it's crazy because I don't even think we understood what we had. You know what I'm saying? Like, now when we look back at it, it's like, damn, we really had a lot of dudes, and sometimes you don't really even realize it in the moment. But I definitely think it's one of them things where we were one of the best teams to not win a Natty for sure.
Absolutely.
Bro, you think I would have been over here? Like, bro, I don't give a fuck about nobody that play pro sports, famous, none of that. You feel me? I'm just a down-to-earth dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
But when he said Xavier McKinney was getting over here, bro, I was like, bro, come on, man. Like, dog, I a lot of people don't, because I know it's always championship or bust, bro. But like you said, bro, just like me, just looking at that team on the outside, looking in, y'all boys was fire, which makes me bring up the point. I want to know how you feel about this, because I think it might just be for the fans to complain about. But that year, 2019, that's why I told Trent, I feel like the whole country was just suffering from Alabama burnout. But 2019, you led the nation for DB for his tackles, pass deflections, and you had more picks than the dude that won the Thorpe Award, which is Grant Delpit. How you feel about it? Because he had a good year, but I felt like the only reason they gave it to him is because they won the Natty and they beat Alabama. But if you look, every category, you had more tackles, more pass deflections, more interceptions. Like I said, bro, you was really a dog 2019. But the fact that you didn't finish like top 5 finalists for a Thorpe is, that shit pissed me off so bad, bro. Like, so bad, bro. Like,
yeah, bro. Man, hey, I feel the same way you feel, bro. Like, I really didn't understand that. But I also know, like, a lot of it was politics. A lot of those awards are based off politics, and I also understand, like, going into, coming into college, I wasn't a 5-star recruit, so it's like a lot of that stuff do play a role in it. And too, if you look at the game when we played LSU, my whole mindset was, all right, like y'all saying that's the best safety. Well, I'm gonna show you that I'm the best safety. And if you look at, you know, both of our games, that game, it proved that I was the better safety. And like I say, it was some BS that I wasn't even in the finalists. It was him and J.R. Reed. And JR, that's my dog. But even I'll be telling him, like, bro, there's no way you should have been in the finalists. Like, I definitely should have been in there. But it definitely pissed me off a little bit because it's like it's one of those things where, you know, that's something that's forever in history. And the fact that I wasn't even acknowledged to be in the finalists for that it gets at me. But you know, it is what it is. I understand that, you know, it's other factors that go into all the awards, and it's one of them things that it is what it is. But ended up, you know what I'm saying, going into the draft, I still ended up being the first safety off the board, and I was number one safety on a lot of people's boards. So, you know, it is what it is, but it ended up paying off anyway. So I'm good with it.
No disrespect, you balling better than both of them dudes right now. So no disrespect. Y'all all phenomenal athletes, but I mean,
hey, I didn't know, bro. I knew we had this combo between them, but I didn't know he ain't finished in the top 5. That's crazy.
Bro. It was crazy.
I thought it was between him and Grant. I didn't know that you ain't finished in the finalists. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, bro. I did not know that. That's crazy. That's super crazy. I didn't even know that. But you know, we talked about LSU, so we got to talk about it. Like, just going into that rival week between y'all two, like the practices and heading into the game week, bro. And then when the game happens, bro, how does that feel, bro?
You know, obviously the level of you know, focus and intensity is super high. We knew, you know, what type of game it was going to be. We knew how important you know, the game was. But, you know, it felt good, like, going into those games, because it's like you understand how hype, like, all the hype around it, you know what I'm saying? The hype it stands true. And it was probably one of the funnest games that I played in college football. It was one of the best games that I played in college football. And, you know, it's an experience and an atmosphere that, you know, you don't see every day, or you don't see every Saturday. And to be able to be a part of one of those games, you know, in history, like, it feels amazing. But obviously we didn't get the results we wanted, but if we could go back and change a couple of things, I definitely would. But it happened how it happened. But it was definitely fun playing in games like that. And obviously at Bama, we always played in them big time games. So it's like, it's like no other feeling, bro. Just playing in that atmosphere, seeing how many fans out there, hearing how loud it is, like, shit really be crazy. But it was definitely fun for sure.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Bama. Talking with him right now because he played at Bama. It's just thinking out how my LSU bias kick in, because, you know, my dad, he coached at LSU at the peak where Odell and Tyron was there. And then when I started getting recruited, LSU was like my ninth father. So I love them versus y'all. I ain't get the offer for Bama, mind you. I had 40 offers. I had like every offer in the country. So, you know, it kind of hurt inside. But talking about it with you, it's like, damn, like, y'all really like the two powerhouses. Like, it's just a crazy rivalry, and I love to see it. Like, that 2019 game, that's probably the best college football game I ever watched in my life.
It was crazy, because it was like if you watch that game, it was so many ups and downs. Like, bro, we off real slow. Like, at first we was getting whooped, you know what I'm saying? But we traveled our way back slowly but surely. But bro, that shit it's crazy, like, how those games go, because it's so much that can happen. It's so much talent out there, bro. Like, really, it's not a lot of margin for mistake. Like, you can't mess up. If you mess up, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's a touchdown. If you mess up, it's a pick. You know what I'm saying? So that's what made it the most fun, though, for sure.
Yeah, bro, that shit was
dog. So leading up to that game, cause see, Trent not like no real. I'm a diehard fan. When I say diehard, bro, the game was supposed to be at 7:00 up under the LED lights. You remember we just installed those at the stadium that year. Yep. We were supposed to play them at 7 p.m. They bumped the game up That's when y'all started out the whole first half slow. Once nightfall hit, y'all boys turned up to the moon, bro. That's why I was like, bro, if that shit just would have started at 7, bro, we would have beat the shit out of them so bad, bro. Like, it wouldn't have been no contest, bro. Like, I felt like that played a role into it. Had y'all ready, set for 7 o'clock. Then all of a sudden, they talking about go out there at 5:30 and all. I'm like, bro, what y'all the fix is in at this point, man? But enough. My question is this: I work up at the junior college or whatever. I graduated from there though, but a lot of the times what they be talking about with the coaches when they losing, oh, coach don't put the right people in, coach don't do this, coach don't do that. It's favoritism. I always tell them when you losing, coach is pretty much trying to figure out what he can do to make something work. You feel me? So, which brings me back to 2017 with Tua and Jalen Hurts, right? Was it kind of like a team meeting? Because I feel like every time you saw Nick Saban after he had to put Jalen on the bench, it felt like dude was kind of hurt behind that. You feel me? Like, it's like he almost didn't want to. Did y'all have like a team meeting or something to, vote for who y'all wanted to be quarterback? Because like I said, that was a real life, like you said, that was a real issue right there. You know what I'm saying? Who to go with?
Yeah, nah, we never had a like any team meeting off of that. So that game, Jalen was actually starting the half, right? Yeah, so we made it to halftime, but it wasn't. It was just one of them things where Coach Saban, wanted to make a change. He felt like we wasn't moving the ball, well enough to be able to win the game. And obviously, when you have, them type of weapons, it's like, all right, you want to make use of both of them. So I thought he did a hell of a job of making that adjustments, and great coaches always make, great adjustments. That's the thing about Coach Saban that I always got to credit him for. He always knows, the right time to make those adjustments. And he did that. It wasn't something where, we met about it. It was kind of just like his call. And everybody was 100% behind it too, because we knew who Tua was, and we knew that we could win with either quarterback. We just knew that we needed, a change at that time point. Just the same way my sophomore year, Tua was struggling against Georgia, and we threw in Jalen. You know what I'm saying? So like, it worked both ways, man. Having both of those guys was great, because they were both hell of leaders, and they played their ass off, and they were great players. So like, either way it went, it's like we in a good spot either way. And we knew what we was gonna get out of both of them on any given game day. So that was the great thing about when you always got a quarterback and you could believe in how he plays and how he leads, but it make it easy for everybody else.
All right, for sure. But so you had a damn good career at Alabama, really thinking about it. So I want to ask this: if you want to think about all the Alabama safeties that ever played at them, where do you think you rank in that category?
At Bama, you saying?
Yeah, Bama.
Man, it's tough, bro. That is tough. I would have to say top. I gotta say top 6. I think as far as name wise, I gotta go with Minka. Minka's definitely in my top. I gotta go with Bojack, Eddie Jackson. Who else? I gotta go with Mark Barron. I gotta go with Landon. Landon was going crazy.
Yeah.
Who else, man? And I don't know like how he ranks just like to the outside world, but I was a big fan of Rodney Harrison. I loved his game, bro. And I definitely took a lot of pieces from how he played and what because I saw him day in and day out. He was a dude that could pretty much do everything. So I consider him in my top, and then I got to go myself. And that's kind of like out of order because I don't want to really put no order on that. But I definitely got to say I'm in the top 6 for sure.
All right. So you had a good year at Bama, and of course you got to head into NFL draft. So What was the draft process like for you?
Draft process was hell, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it was a lot to have to deal with. Just having all the meetings and just going through different things, and then obviously draft day was crazy because I thought I was going first. Everybody pretty much had me as a first round guy, and I thought Dallas was gonna pick me up. But it ended up not turning out that way. I forgot who messed. I want to say Ruggs messed up the draft because I think he went earlier than
he went like 6.
He was the first receiver taken, I think.
Yeah, he went like 6.
Went earlier than what was expected. So it kind of like shook up the draft a little bit. And then after that, it was kind of like one of them things where, like, you know, because I think Dallas had 17 and they ended up taking CD. And then, like, it was kind of like I didn't know where the hell I was going to be at after that. So it was kind of a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of, like, unknowns because you really don't know. Everybody kind of, you know, saying they're going to take you, but, like, some shit can happen in the draft, and now they got to do something else. They got to go a different route. So it was definitely mixed emotions, and it was tough times, but it was a hell of a process, man. It was fun because I got to go through it with my family and my friends. And then when I got drafted, that shit was just a party, bro. I was happy as hell about that one. So it was like I said, it was just mixed, a lot of ups and downs, but it was definitely worth it for sure.
All right, go ahead, man.
So with Nick Saban, you know, his claim to fame was the 96 Browns. Him and Pete Carroll, they used to coach DBs and stuff, right? So with that being said, at Alabama, with him coaching you, is the transition to the NFL, do you think it's easier? Or did you have another learning curve when you got to the league, or was it pretty much?
It was pretty easy, honestly. I think from a coaching standpoint, and then a player's standpoint, like, I was going against the best talent every day. So I was damn near playing in the NFL, like, with all the speed that was on the field that I had to face, you know, every day in practice. And then the coaching was top notch, you know, pretty much all the time. And then as far as, you know, just being a professional, you know, that was the motto at Bama. So, like, when I got to the league, it was like, this is no different than Bama, you know what I'm saying? It was actually easier than Bama. So it wasn't much of a you know, hard transition for me. It was pretty smooth and pretty easy.
All right, so, you know, of course, like, you got the first OTAs, mini camp and stuff. So heading into your first training camp, were you nervous?
What's crazy is I wasn't nervous, but I ended up breaking my foot.
Oh yeah, you right.
Yeah. So I think, like, I want to say probably like a week or two into my first training camp, I broke my foot. I think it was a couple days, I want to say, before my birthday. And then that set me out I was out for 10 weeks, my first year, my rookie year. But I wasn't nervous. I was excited. But, you know what I'm saying, I had the injury and had to go through surgery and had to sit out, kind of, you know, learn from, you know, being in the back. And I was able to do that. And yeah, but I wasn't nervous at all, though, for sure.
All right, so because I totally forgot you broke ankle. So when you returned and when you first had your first NFL game, you know, running out the tunnel, seeing all the big blue Giants fans, like, how did that feel like? How did that feel?
It was good, man. So my first game back, we played Cincinnati, and we was actually in Cincinnati. And I was still on. I was on
lemon snaps.
So that first game, I only played, like, I might have played like 5 snaps. And then the second game is when, like, I started to get kind of, I think we end up playing Seattle that next week. And then it got ramped up to probably like 8 or 10 snaps. And then the next game, I want to say was, I think it was the Cardinals. It was either the Cardinals or the Browns. And then that's kind of when I was, like, really in the mix. But it was fun, bro. Like, just being in an NFL atmosphere, you know, putting on the jerseys, really, like, realize, okay, like, I'm really in the NFL. Like, it was definitely a welcome to the league moment for me. and it was fun, bro. I definitely enjoyed my rookie year, although I was hurt my first 10 weeks. But it was definitely a hell of an experience, and I don't like, it was just a fun experience for me for sure.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, bro. So, if like maybe it could be like a play or something, or maybe a hit, or when you first walked in the tunnel, like what was your welcome to the NFL moment?
I gotta say again, the last game we played Dallas, my game-winning pick, and we was actually supposed to damn make the playoffs that year, so it was kind of bittersweet because it was like one of them things where I had a rough year and then I ended it with the game-winning pick, and it was really supposed to be the pick to get us into the playoffs, and I think. Who tricked it off? I think the Eagles. Was it the Eagles? Yeah, it was the Eagles at the time. They ended up doing some bogus shit, man. They played. I want to say they was playing Washington, and if they would have won, I think if they would have won the game, we would have been in the playoffs. But I watched the game and they lost on purpose. They was like taking people out of the game and putting all their back. They were winning the game actually. Like, they was winning, and then they took all their guys out, and they ended up losing the game. Then we didn't go to the playoffs. So I'm like, fuck, like so that kind of was irritating. But I would say when I got my pick, was definitely a welcome to the league moment.
Facts. All right, go ahead, Bama.
Shit in the NFL. So I know like we all like kids, we watch the NFL and then we come in. Who's that one player you was like, wow, like that's really, really so and so? Did you have that player? Or is it pretty much just business? I'm out here to get a paycheck.
Yeah, nah, I think it's been like I ain't never really been like when I go out there, like my mindset is to dominate. So like
Yeah.
I'm not much of a like a fan over like I got respect, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like that dude to be like fan of look at so and so, this so and so. Like it's more like a respect thing for me. So I never really got to that point where it's like I seen somebody, I was like, damn, like that's really him. Like nah, it was more so like, okay, that's him. They said he this. All right, let me go, you know what I'm saying? Let me go take the crown from him. So like that's kind of been my mindset.
Yeah.
Kind of how I'm built. And I think, when the people that come out of Bama, like we built that way, like in a sense, like mentally, it's like we don't really, because what we used to, you know what I'm saying, we go to Bama and everybody, we always around the guy, you know what I'm saying, we always around that guy. So it's almost like we all got that alpha, mentality. So we ain't never really, second, we don't never really feel secondary to nobody. So like, that's kind of which is my mindset going into the league, and that's just what it's always been for me.
So of course, we come into the first leagues, so much shit you got to go through with the OTAs and other stuff. But it's taking another route. I assume you played Madden, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So when you first saw yourself on Madden, and I probably assume that you played Madden all these years, growing up, probably creating players and shit. Like, what was your reaction when you first saw yourself on Madden, bro?
That shit was crazy, but I would say though, like, so when I first started playing Madden, they had my face cam fucked up. Like, it wasn't even. I had to tell my like, this not me. Like, my hair wasn't right, my face, my shit wasn't even me. Like, so I had to, like, bro, y'all gotta fix this. And then ever since they got like, if y'all play Madden now and you look at my character, like I got the hair and but it's definitely one of them things that it's like a surreal feeling because like I've always played Madden since I've been a kid. So I've always, thought about, being on Madden. I've always dreamed about being on Madden. And then, what I'm saying, I got friends and family that play Madden and they always talk about how they play with me. So it's definitely, it's hella cool, man. And it's a great feeling. Shit, and I like when I get on the game, shit, I'm definitely, whenever I play, I'm playing with myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm a user myself, and that's just what it's gonna be. So it's cool though for sure.
Okay, go ahead, man.
What do you prefer out there? Because like I said, you a ball hawk, but man, like for you, do you like big hits more? Like when you be catching somebody slipping, or you like picking that ball, huh?
Like picks, bro. Picks gonna get you paid. So
yeah.
They can have the big hits. I want the ball. And that's how I've always really been. I don't mind a big hit either though. Like if I can get a big hit, I'll take it. But if I can get the pick, if I had a choice, I definitely going for the pick for sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so you'll fast forward a little bit, into last season. When we made the playoffs the first time, I think it was like 2016. And to the Vikings, that because I was there, the crowd was ridiculous and shit. How was the atmosphere there, and you was playing in it, and how did it feel to get the first big win in years, bro?
And that shit, first of all, the atmosphere was crazy, bro. And I think just leading up to that week, the preparation was, it felt like I was back in college. And then the atmosphere felt like I was back in college. It was hella loud. We was in a dome, so a lot of the noise was like it wasn't really going nowhere. It was all in one place, so it made it 10 times louder. But it was a fun game. Playoffs is always like that was my first time being in the playoffs, and I'm addicted to that. Like a lot of people always talk about being addicted to the playoffs, and that's a real thing. Like once you get there and realize, how the atmosphere is gonna be, and how intense the games are, like that shit get addicting, bro. So it was hella fun, and when we got the win. It felt like we didn't won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't been in so damn long. We hadn't, gotten to the playoffs, and we won. Felt like we won the Super Bowl. So it was definitely kind of one of them things where it was a small taste of what winning is in New York, and we was able to feel a little bit of that. So definitely want to be able to feel that again for sure.
That's for sure. Go ahead, Bama.
So you talked about your dog mentality, man. What was the biggest adverse moment you faced, and walk us through like how you got up out of that? You know what I'm saying? What are some of your like routines you do? Like if you face something real tough, because like I said, the difference between every level is the mentality of the athlete. So when you face with adverse moments, like what do you do? Do you go somewhere, talk to yourself, or what?
Man, honestly, I just keep grinding. Like I try not to like so for instance, I would say my biggest like the most adversity that I've faced really in my life and in my career was when I broke my hand during the bye week last year.
Oh, yeah,
And I think, what I'm saying, obviously I had my moments, but I always try to pride myself on like no matter what the situation is, just keep pushing. So it was one of them things where it's like whenever I face something that's gonna be hard, I try not to dwell on it too much. I try not to speak on it too much. Obviously, I'm gonna talk to my loved ones and the people that what I'm saying that care about me, the people that I love and that love me. But at the end of the day, like everybody know how I am, and for me, it was one of them things where it's like I just try to put my head down, grind through it, and let it be what it is. So I don't really do anything differently. If anything, I go a lot harder during adverse times for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I like that. Now I'm gonna ask you a few couple before we head out. So if you have a favorite moment in the league that's been happening so far, what would it be?
You said favorite moment?
Yeah, favorite moment.
Favorite moment in the league has to be last year when we didn't won the playoff game, and I got the game winning tackle. I had a hell of a game that game. I was able to we actually made a halftime adjustment because Hawkinson was actually he was having a hell of a game, and we made a halftime adjustment. They needed me to go down and cover him and like play more in the box. And that whole week I hadn't even practiced anything in the box. So we would go to the sideline and I'm looking through the install, what I'm saying, in between, what I'm saying, going out in the field and going back to the sideline. I was looking at the install, trying to learn the plays and then going out there and then executing them. But it was kind of like a full circle moment for me because knowing what had happened and coming back from, my injury and then being able to, secure that play to be able to get our first, playoff win in years. It was a hell of a feeling for me. So I gotta say, that moment. Or I got another moment when we played the Raiders. So this was during COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that week they tried to say that I was like a false positive or whatever, and I didn't practice the whole week, so I couldn't. I wasn't even in the building, and we ended up getting to like the day before the game, and I tested negative or whatever, and I go into that game and I have 2 picks, one pick 6. So that was another great moment that I'm super proud of, just knowing that so I didn't even practice that week and still was about to perform at a high level. So I said,
hey, Tom. So you like I don't know, move your phone a little bit.
say it again.
I said move your phone a little bit. Oh damn, what's his name? I don't know. He about to join back, y'all though.
Yeah.
He about to join back, but hey, Bam, I ain't gonna lie. Talking about that, bro. Maybe X was robbed, bro. Maybe he was robbed.
Rob, I'm trying to tell you, but I'm a real diehard Bama fan, bro. I remember that jump vividly. I'm like, bro, he was supposed to win it, but the fact that he didn't even make it, period, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? He hold that nigga bad.
Yeah, I think
he's swearing I be Bama biased though.
It's not, bro. It's just not that, bro. Yeah, his phone. I think his phone docs. I text him. His message ain't going through, bro. So we could just wait for managers to keep talking about that shit. But nah, bro. Thinking about it, bro. Damn, bro. He might have got robbed because, of course, like these awards in college football, they are kind of like stat driven.
Yeah,
and they stat driven though. So I'm saying though, like if if you make it and if you got crazy stats, that's why I say you gotta be at least in consideration, bro. Man, this nigga phone died. I think he about to join back, y'all. Give it probably like 5 minutes. Probably nothing too crazy. He's got to join back because I think his phone died. That's why his shit was messing up. But nah, bro, it's just shit. Nah, I think Grant won that though for sure. Can't really complain about that, bro.
Nah. He just won it because they beat Bama that year. That's all.
Yeah. Damn, bro, I need this. Damn, that's tough. We just got to see, bro. Gonna see he gonna jump back to doing it. I'm about to say, if y'all got any questions y'all want to ask him before we head out, just let me know. Not ask him. Just all you gotta do is just ask him. They still going on press box?
Probably.
Thanks. Probably.
Let me see. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, we just gotta wait, bro. That's really about it. He gonna join back though. Nah, don't. What's his name? Them Bama teams was too crazy though, bro. Way too crazy.
Loaded, bro.
Too bad that shit got ruined.
That was just rough, dog. It'd be like that. Can't win them all, I guess. That was 1 year though. I was like, damn, dog. It was that year and the kick 6 year. Both of them years, dog. I was so sick because the kick 6 years before the college football playoff.
Yeah, once you lose, you out of it.
You out of it. That was Bama only loss. And so happened for the Iron Bowl, they both was undefeated that year. That was real OD, bro. Like be like that. Nigga X was a dog though.
Yeah, bro. He was, bro. I gotta see, he got to join back, bro. That's really about it. We just waiting.
Cause Minka really didn't even play safety like that. I even bump him to even like top 3. Minka didn't even play safety like that. But Minka played the star position at Bama. He used to play corner. He used to really play in the slot a lot. Minka did, dog. X was like a real true safety. I'm talking about like Ed Reed, just sit back there type shit.
All right, bet. He just texted back. He about to join back. Yeah, a few more questions before we head out because we're about to hit the hour mark. So we just gonna wait for a little bit, like 2 minutes. Nothing too crazy. Nah, but it's good because I've never interviewed a Bama player, so hold on, he back. So give me a second. Oh,
yeah, nigga, best school level.
Chill. I ain't gonna say best school ever. I'm gonna say best school ever though. But now I wanted to ask you, bro. A few more questions before we head out.
Okay.
You can include yourself in this shit, bro. Because I always ask the player this, bro. Especially even an active player. Who do you think are the top 5 safeties, bro?
Right now.
No order. I don't care. No order.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck, right now I gotta go with Minka. I gotta go with Derwin.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with I like Poyer from the Bills.
Yeah.
That's 3. Who else? I like Javon Holland.
Yeah,
And then I fuck with him. And then I gotta go with myself.
I like that.
I like that. I think that's a 5-2 that like some people in that 5 they probably like some people might not say, but like them, it's some dogs in that 5 for sure.
Nah, you a man too. Vote for yourself. I'm a firm believer of voting on yourself, bro. You a man too, bro. Hell yeah, always put yourself in that.
For sure.
Facts. Because I know I couldn't ask you this when I was interviewing everybody else at Transcripts. I wasn't able to get to you, but what do you think is like the most underrated aspect while being in the league that nobody talks about?
The most underrated aspect?
Yeah.
Like as far as what?
Just as far as like the little things, people always talk about in the NFL. You playing your dream, you making mad money. So maybe it's just something that it's just like the little things that nobody talks about while being in the league that's hella underrated.
Damn. That's a tough question, bro. I think I don't know, bro. I don't know. I never really thought about that for real. That's a good ass question though. I got to think about that a little more. Because I don't got no like pinpoint answer for that.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Hey, go ahead, man. We gonna ask something before we head out.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, bro. Like I said, bro, I'm just a down to earth dude. I love football. I probably got CTE from it, but for the most part, bro, when I meet a lot of y'all boys, I really be want to know like what type of person you is. So outside of football, like what's some of the shit you would do for fun? Like if you wasn't playing football, like what you think you would be doing, or what are some interests you might have? That
yeah, bro. I don't know if like y'all pay attention to like my social media and shit, but I love art, bro. I'm a big art guy. I love fashion. I think if obviously when I'm done playing, that's something that I want to get into. But I've always pretty much been an artistic guy. So I definitely, that if I wasn't playing ball now, that's what I would be doing. So, but I plan on doing that after I'm done anyway. So, yeah.
All right, you're about to say, Bam, you can ask more before we head up.
Oh shit! What was your when you got that first paycheck? What you bought?
Oh shit! The first paycheck. What did I buy? What did I buy? Shit, I think I bought a house. I got my townhouse here, in Jersey. And then I got another townhouse out in Florida. It's like an investment home. So I'm big into real estate. Obviously, that shit is always happen. You own some land, that's always gonna be good. So them was like my first purchases.
All right, bro, for sure, bro. Hey, we're gonna end it for the day. X, I really appreciate you for coming out here. You can pull up with me and we having this talk. Bam, of course, I appreciate you coming out, bro. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate y'all coming out. Everybody in the chat pulled up. Josh, Ben, Brimstone, all y'all that was pulling up. Durad, DJ, Matthew, everybody. I appreciate y'all coming out, bro. Hey, next week probably might have a Dory. I gotta get the confirmation. So that's gonna be lit. Bam will probably J-Rock gonna pull up. J-Rock probably gonna pull up because you know how he is with a Dory.
Yeah, them USC nerds.
Yeah. So hey, bro, appreciate y'all popping out, bro. Yeah, but we all peace.
Nah, that's love, bro. Appreciate y'all, bro.